Right now, I work for the state road. I start my day off, take a moment of reflection of what I have, what I've built, take my daughter to school, and go to work. Being able to be outside, work with my hands, work for the public, and make our town, our area, a better looking place to live. When I was 13, I was in a four-wheeler wreck where I broke the tibia and fibula in my leg and was prescribed pain pills for close to 2 years. And that, instilled this, deep addiction in my mind, this yearning for, once the pain pill stopped, it instilled a yearning for something that I wasn't getting anymore. Went to college at 18 to Morgantown, still with an addiction problem, tried to fill that with alcohol. It worked for a little bit, but not, the way that I was needing it to work. Because I was, young and didn't know anybody in a big town like that, I took a hold of the first thing I could find, which was liquid methadone. A guy that was getting from the methadone clinic there, he said, "Here, try this." Tried it, fell in love with it. Well, one day he didn't have it, so he's like, "Here, try this." And that's whenever I found the newest love of my life, which was heroin. So I would be the kind of person that's doing heroin, and I would see somebody using a needle, and I would think, or I would even say, I would never go down that path. I'm never going to be that guy. And eventually I became that guy. Go from like trying to hide it from my family by intravenously in my feet to where they wouldn't see it or anything, or find out that I was doing stuff like that, hide the track marks. And that progressed from feet to using drugs in my neck eventually, and get a divorce. And then, I'm living out of my car for a little bit. I crash at my mom's house here and there, so all this time I'm justifying my addiction as well, because I'm a productive member of society in my head. I'm still have a job. My job doesn't know, my mom doesn't know, I'm doing good. At one point I quit being a user and started being a seller. I think it was about 10 years ago. I was about 25 years old. Had nights where I was miserable and I'd be on my knees begging for a way out, never finding a way out, and just keep on going. Until one day the cops kicked in my door, the SWAT team, and, looking over while I was in handcuffs, laying on the floor, to my daughter, or both my daughters were there, and my sister was there holding my youngest, and just the fear in their eyes of everything that was the chaos that was going on around them, was a real eye-opener for me. And so I went to jail, and I was sentenced to 6 months of treatment, did my 30 at Harmony Ridge, went to Recovery Point. I was telling myself the first, 60 days that I'm just going to do these 6 months and go right back to it, even though 3 months ago I was begging for a way out. 2 months into Recovery Point, I'm in a meeting, and one of the brothers that I was in the meeting with, his mom came from Florida. She'd only seen him here and there. And she had a share in the meeting where she spoke about how many nights that she laid, sleepless, prancing back and forth, wondering if he's okay. And then she said that when she finally felt a weight lifted off her shoulders is when she broke down crying one night and prayed to God that if he can't make it out of addiction, then please just take him with you so that he's at peace and he's at rest. And when she said that, it just renowned with me, and it showed me what I was doing to my mom was so selfish and addiction that I never thought about what I was doing to the people around me. I told myself that I needed to do this for my daughters because I realized what I was doing to them and needed to stay sober for my mom. And it wasn't until about a month later, I sat down with my sponsor and I told the story to him. He's like, "That's great and all, and you can use that as, a backboard of reasoning for getting sober, but you need to do this for yourself." A lot of times when people see somebody with, mental health or struggling with addiction, walking down the street, backpack on, riding a bike, backpack on, they automatically label them. You can tell by the looks that people give you that you're being labeled. I wish people knew how good of a person I was and how good of a person I wanted to be. Even though I was doing things that are obviously not great, not good at all, I still wanted to be a better person. Became an employee at Harmony Ridge for 3.5 years, and now I work for the state road. It was almost in June 7th will be 5 years sober. I just got engaged, and we're already planning the wedding, already booked the venue, already booked the honeymoon. Life's been a blessing here lately. Just moved into a new house, the new job, and just everything has been great. Being able to be greeted by a dog and kids that are happy to see you is just, it takes all that old lifestyle and just squashes it down to where like I'm where I need to be. I'm happy where I need to be now.